Okay, and now for our last part, we've been investigating, whether it's possible to walk from New York City to Philadelphia through Street View without leaving town. Um, and right here we are on the campus of Princeton University. You can see here, on the edge of it, like here's the shops on the other side of the street. Um, and getting to here, we found, probably a short break, on the side of Princeton toward New York City. And so the question now is, what happened? What do we see when we go the rest of the way to Philadelphia? And again, we're going to try to do this, more or less along the area with the maximum population. So the next place that we're trying to aim for, obviously, is Trenton, going toward Philadelphia. Okay. And we can see here this is marked as US 206. This is the road leading in the right direction toward Trenton. Of course, this being Princeton, like there's, all of these big houses in the area, right? And right, so where were we? Yeah, so we want to go, like this way. There, Trenton 9 miles. So I suppose you could say that we're in the Philadelphia area at this point. The U.S. Census Bureau does. It considers all of Mercer County to be in the Philadelphia metropolitan area. And so I should point out that, like that we in our previous walk, that the boundary, it's fairly close to that previous gap that we found, between the census metropolitan areas. It seems to be a reasonably good fit. Did I do this right? Yep. So, it sort of looks like we're walking through the woods, except, that there's actually actually quite a few houses in here, this being a part, an area on the edge of Princeton, with lots of houses that are just usually not visible from the road. You that's a big house. Hmm. Maybe you can buy it. Well, in October 2019, you can buy it. It probably is sold by now. Oh wait, that's for buying that house. Okay. Yeah, I should point out here on the side view, it does sort of look like we're going through a rural area, right? There's not a lot of streets in this area. Okay, so I may have mentioned that that in in deciding what route to take, of course, I looked at it before and looked at the area that has the most population, and right here, this is the biggest gap between New York and Philadelphia. So I'd like to congratulate the Cherry Grove Organic Farm. You are the thing that most keeps New York and Philadelphia from merging together. Um, and you can't really see much because it's the woods, but you can investigate further and you can find out that in fact like you can't see anything on this side, but there's not actually a neighborhood there. That this is actually more countryside. And so now coming up here, okay, and you can see we've actually well, there's a few houses on this street, right? Um, but obviously you're not expecting huge wide open spaces because this is the East Coast. But yep, you can see a little piece of what looks sort of like countryside. And then it picks up again. You can see here there's several houses in a row on that side. A big house over there. And maybe a little bit more space. That looks like it's probably a golf course or something. Um, but yeah, like this is the largest gap between New York and Philadelphia, and now we're getting into more houses. And so we can just keep stepping in this direction, and we should be moving into Trenton fairly soon. Yep, so here that's the belt around Trenton. You can see here Interstate 295. There it is going in the other direction. Yep, and so you can see getting thicker. Okay, we want US 206 this way. Okay, did I do this right? Yeah, we want this way. Yeah, and so you can see definitely we're headed back toward urban area. There are buildings like this, and, for instance, this church here. Hmm. Yep, and, here traveling through unfamiliar areas, haven't seen this thing before. Never been to Trenton, of course. Um, let's see, refers to it as the Trenton Battle Monument. Looks like it's maybe a Civil War era thing. Okay, are we stuck? Um, no. Okay, so let's see what we want to do here. Okay, I think we want to go this way. Again, this is, definitely the sort of routing that you would be unlikely to do if you were trying to do this in real life. So, trying to reach the bridge. I think I might have not done this correctly. I think we want this way. And here we have the largest river crossed in this whole trip, the Delaware, right where George Washington crossed it. That's kind of a weird thing to put on a bridge. Hmm. And so here is the Pennsylvania side. All right, and so our next thing then is, we're over here now, is that our next thing is to try to go through Levittown. Um, I think we want off. We want, doesn't let me just jump off the bridge, which sometimes you can do on here. going to make me actually take the ramp. So from this point onward, like we shouldn't have too much trouble, with the question of ending up in a rural area. And that's not what I wanted. What I wanted was to go this way. So here we have Trenton Avenue, so this should lead us toward Levittown. Again, through solidly suburban area. Not as built up as Trenton, but this is a surprisingly big interlude here. Okay, what do I want? I think I want to keep going this way. And then I end up wait, this is not what I wanted. I want this way, I think. Looked a bit like I was going onto a freeway, which I do not want. Driving in a car, often you do on a freeway, but, there's nothing to see there. I think this is not the street that I wanted. So we'll cut through here. Looking at this, are we in Levittown yet? Let's take a look at the other map. Looks like actually Trenton Road doesn't go through Levittown. Let's see, do I still want it? Maybe this isn't, it's kind of a deviation from being the maximum population density. We'll see if we can cut farther over to the left at some point. Oh, actually we could backtrack and do that probably more easily. Go this way. Also, going further this way, puts us in a position to kind of go into Philadelphia along the maximum population density. Uh, let's see, where are we now? Um, hmm. Okay. We want at this intersection, we want to go that way. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that this actually is Levittown. No, in fact, this is called Levittown Parkway we're on. Of course, since Levittown was built 70 years ago, the houses no longer all look alike. In fact, the original specifications for Levittown houses would actually be banned from construction in a lot of places because they don't want cheap housing that brings in the riffraff. Like. No, by banned I mean like by zoning. I don't think that they're the original Levittown houses. They're not structurally deficient or anything. Okay, so I think toward Philadelphia now I want this way. And yeah, I wasn't expecting this to take this long, but yeah, there's really no reason not to go all the way into Philadelphia on this segment. I guess it'll just end up being a little longer than the other ones. Again, lots and lots of suburbs. Okay. Then, yep, we want to go this way. Go over, this is Interstate 95. So, that way is toward downtown Philadelphia. Now let's take a quick look at what we want to do here. Yeah, crossing 95 might actually have indicated that I went a little too far toward the Delaware River. because it looks like the area along, yeah, the area on the other side of 95 is actually less populated. So we're going to backtrack a little. Yeah, we want this way. Okay, we want this way, I think. Um, okay, we want this way now. So you can see once again, fairly wall-to-wall suburbs. Some, not as much on this side basically because Interstate 95 is on there, but you can see from on the other side. Uh, what did I just do? I'm surprised I was able to step that far off the road. And so now we're, solidly in suburbs, and it's starting to get denser. And in fact, we are in the city of Philadelphia at this point. Philadelphia has fairly extensive boundaries, so still isn't that thick. Definitely getting there, though. You're seeing, yeah, this looks more like it. All right. So you'll see here, like the address is decreasing. We're at around 6100 Frankfurt Avenue. Let me take a quick look over here at our position. Yep. This is what we want. Okay, you'll notice, here, transit line again. Don't see a sign for the station. Up here we are actually under the rail line. And so now we start to run into problems with there being too many icons again, as we now are in quite dense city. See, he ends up showing pictures of okay, here we're on Kensington Avenue. And we're stuck, I think. Okay, wait, I want this way, but it don't think it's going to let me do that. Okay, now it's going to let me go. wondering if maybe it doesn't like the part going on the, may not like going underneath the bridge. As I said, overpasses tend to result in problems with Google Street View, where it isn't quite sure how to deal with all of the, doesn't quite know how to put together the images into a whole road. Let's take a quick look at this. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like we're going this way. And we're back on Frankfurt. So now we're quite into the center of Philadelphia. We're in, buildings are now touching. Not bad looking, actually. Yep, we got, various old buildings in the area now. Let's see. What do we want here? We want to go roughly that way. No. Wasn't expecting to go through any alleys on this trip, but here we are. Wow. Yeah, it's funny how on the East Coast you encounter sometimes very lush growth like that. Let's see. This is interesting. It's a road with defunct streetcar tracks in it. Okay. I think we want to go not that way, this way. We're too close to the river to get, like the right shot into downtown Philadelphia. So I'll just go in this direction a bit. Oh, is that the same? Looks a bit like the rail line from New York City, but that bridge is different. Yeah, there you can see we're approaching our goal now. 15th Street. And let's see, where are we? Did I overshoot what we're looking for? Oh, nope. And there it is, Philadelphia City Hall. So we'll just go to the spot that I sort of consider to be the center of Philadelphia on this side of the building. Right here. Okay, so now we've demonstrated that you can go almost all the way to Philadelphia without leaving town, but not quite. There's a few gaps, and there's basically one on either side of Princeton.